Welcome everyone to this live talk from the Women's Forum. My name is Ludovica and I've been part of the Youth Voices Ambassador Initiative in 2023. I'm really thrilled to be joined today by Beatrice Cornacchia, our guest for this career live talk, where she will share her leadership journey and offer tips and strategies to transform our professional path. So I would like to introduce a bit Beatrice. Beatrice began her career with Mastercard in 1991, holding key roles such as Head of Consumer Marketing for Europe and Head of Marketing for Italy and Greece. She was named one of the Arabian Business 50 Inspiring Female Business Leaders in 2022 and Women of Influence in the Arab World in 2021 and 2022. Through strategic brand engagement and storytelling, Beatrice has balanced Mastercard tech evolution with its heritage of creating priceless possibilities, leading award-winning campaigns in e-commerce and contactless adoption, recognized by the Middle East Public Relations Association, Dubai Links, and Sabre Awards. So thank you so much, Beatrice, for joining us. Would you like to say a little more about yourself?
Oh, first of all, thank you. And I'm extremely happy and honored to spend this half an hour with all of you. And I'm always very exciting to spend time with people and to talk about experience and how we have been going through our career and overcome challenges and opportunities. So really happy to be here with all of you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for participating again. And so we are going to ask Beatrice a few questions, and at the end we will have a Q&A session. So for all of you watching, if you would like to make a question, just write in the chat, and at the end we will look at them with Beatrice. So my first question is, in your 3-decade journey with Mastercard, you have held various key roles, as we said before, in marketing and sales. So could you highlight some pivotal moments that have shaped your leadership and brand strategy?
Yeah, so let me just giving you a little bit of my journey. And again, while I'm going through the journey, there are some learning and also some tough moments that I went through. So let me start from the beginning, because when I finished my university, I was debating if doing immediately a master or starting working. For a lot of reasons that happened in my life at the time, I said, no, I really want to start to work before doing my master. And at that time, I decided to apply for 2 roles that I felt were there. I mean, they weren't exactly what I wanted, but since I didn't want to have my family to pay for my master, I said, okay, let me start to work. And the 2 jobs were the business assistant for the country manager of Italy for Mastercard and a cabin crew of Alitalia. 2 completely different jobs. So I went through the selection, and at the end, I was selected for both jobs. So I could enter in Alitalia and I could enter in Mastercard. And as you can imagine, the majority of my close friends, they would say, Bea, it's no brainer. I mean, Alitalia is going to be a much cooler job. You will be traveling around the globe. But there was something inside myself that there was a little girl that had a dream at that time, which was honestly bigger than myself. And my dream was to be the CMO of a global company. And Alitalia was, and I'm using the word was because went bankrupt, an Italian company. While on the other side, I had Mastercard, of course, as a business assistant, but for me, it would have been the opportunity to enter in a global company. So, and then I took the decision that wasn't the decision that the rest of my close friends would have taken. And 30 years later, I'm so glad that I took that decision. And for me, the learning part of it was always follow your dream. But once you need to dream, try to dream big, because it's something inside yourself. So that was for me an important moment in which I had to make a tough decision, but also a tough decision with no supports, because everybody else would have done exactly the opposite. Moving far, I mean, I had a great experience in Mastercard. I was starting my career, and marketing is in my heart. So I did the majority of my career in marketing. But then I really wanted to understand the Mastercard business upside down. For people that are working in marketing, I don't know in which function are you working, but there is this sentiment that the people working in marketing are spending money, but they don't know how we make money or how complex is making money. So I really wanted to be the person that knew and have a clear understanding on how Mastercard does make money. So I took a decision to do a lateral move, which means that no increased level, nothing, lateral move into sales. And which has been, I would say, a completely interesting decision, because I had to learn from scratch how to do my job, because again, until then I was doing marketing. And for me, the lesson learned there is really be curious and trying to embrace change. Was tough, because I still remember that the first meeting that I had to attend, I didn't know what they were talking about. So I pretend to be there and I pretend to manage the meeting, but most probably I wasn't capable in managing the meeting. Anyway, but then when you are curious, when you want to learn, when you want to go deep, so I started the job. I stayed in the job for 5 years, and I took an account where Mastercard share was less than 12%, and I left the same account where we had a 42% of Mastercard share. So it was extremely a positive journey. But after that, my marketing is in my heart, and then I decided to come back to marketing, and I did all my career in Europe. So I started doing issuer marketing, merchant marketing, consumer marketing, sponsorship, and then the opportunity, the person that was leading marketing for Europe left, so decided to do something else, always in Mastercard. And then I said to myself, Bea, this is your moment. You can start to lead the European marketing team. But the company had a different perspective. The company felt that I wasn't ready. I felt that I was ready, but the company felt that I wasn't ready. And I really want to talk to you about failure, because sometimes whenever you speak with someone, we are tempted to talk only about success. But in my life, I had more failure than success. It's in everybody's life. If you speak with an athlete or with a sports person, they will tell you that they lost more than what they win. But the beauty is that what you are learning, how you are managing yourself through a failure. So at that time, I really wanted to lead Europe, but the company felt that I wasn't ready. So then I really started to think and to look me around. And then while they were not ready to give me Europe, the company told me, Bea, we have a region called MEA, which is Middle East and Africa, which actually we are looking for head of marketing. Would you be open to go to move yourself from Europe to Middle East and to lead the team? And it wasn't an easy decision to take, because inside myself, I felt ready to do Europe, which was a much bigger region. But, you know, and this is my second lesson learned, with never give up. And then I said to myself, there is a reason why they're asking me something. Maybe there is something that they see and I don't see. So I said, why not? So let's go to Dubai. Let's try to manage this new, because it was a new region at that time for Mastercard. And it wasn't easy, because for me it was a cultural shock. I was managing two, I would say, Middle East and Africa, two completely different worlds, from where I was used to deal with, i.e. Europe, but even the two worlds, Africa and Middle East, was quite different. We were, as I used to call, the underdogs. And after 7 years that I stayed in Dubai, now Dubai and Middle East, it's Middle East and Africa, it's a great region with outstanding success. We are brand leader in all the top 8 markets where we are present, and has been the best experience of my life. So I would say the learning out of it is never give up and resilience. I think that one of the skills that a leader needs to have is being resilient. And after 7 years, I got the job of my dream. So I got the opportunity to lead Europe. Because after all the success and all the great things that we have been doing in EMEA, the company felt that I was ready to lead Europe. So again, all of these to say that sometimes there is a failure, but what is even more important as a human being and as a leader, how you can turn that moment which you feel that you are failing into a success, and even more in a proud moment.
That's great. Yeah, I think your experience highlights the importance of adaptability and also strategic growth in leadership. Yeah. So it's really evidence how each role has contributed to shaping your leadership style and also brand strategy. And so thank you so much for your insights into these pivotal moments. I think they will offer invaluable lessons for aspiring leaders. So thank you so much. And now I would like to ask you, what do the accolades such as being listed in the Arabian Business 50 Inspiring Female Business Leaders mean to you, and how do they impact on your role at Mastercard?
Yeah, so first of all, I feel extremely privileged and proud. I mean, you need to be responsible for what you do, and you need to be accountable. And I totally, again, because we also need to be, we need to live in the real life. It's about me, but it's much more about the company that I'm representing. Mastercard, it's one of the top 8 brands globally. So whatever we do, it's really related to the importance of the brand. So very proud, very privileged, but also very responsible. Because I feel that during my career, I've been fighting. I've been trying to do the right things. I was trying to be focused, but I've been also extremely lucky. I've been working in a company where they gave me the opportunity. They were not shy to take a risk. And sometimes I think they gave me also a job where I wasn't ready 100%, but they were believing in me. So I feel extremely responsible and accountable. And last but not least, I feel that I want to leave a legacy because nothing it's relevant in life if you can't build the success of somebody else. So after 30 years in this company, I really feel that my success, my joy, it's more about what I can do for the next generation, what I can do for the people that are working with me, what I can do for the people that are entering Mastercard right now. That would be my legacy. So all of this to say that I'm proud, but I even more focus on what I need to do in order to continue to drive a change in Mastercard for the young generation and for the female, I would say, world, which sometimes we have been going through a lot of challenges. I'm not saying that it's only female. For me, it's not a question of gender, but it's a question of giving everyone the same possibilities. So that's what I'm trying to do.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think these accolades like not only honor your achievements, but also underscore the importance of diversity, as you said, in the tech industry. So on the other hand, it's also fascinating to hear how these achievements have validated your efforts and also amplified your influence within Mastercard and beyond, of course. So thank you so much. And now I'm really curious about what advice would you offer to aspiring women leaders in terms of top skills or competencies to achieve success?
So I have been a very crazy young person. So I don't, I was, so I don't give advice because there is no point to give advice. I just want to offer different perspective. And you will understand why I don't give advice, because I always say to people, so I have three main perspective and three main guidance principle that have drive myself. So the first one is be the only boss of yourself. I always say that your line manager should be your leader, never your boss. I'm not looking to be the boss of anyone. I can be only the boss of myself. So don't allow anyone to tell you what you have to do. You know, you need to hear from people, you need to gather feedback, but at the end of the day, it has to be your choice. So never allow anyone to be your boss. The second one that for me, it has been really my mantra, never accept a no as an answer. For me, the no doesn't exist. There is always a way in life. So, and if you are my leader, you need to tell me why you feel that what I'm proposing you is not right, but also giving me the feedback, how I can turn this idea into an idea that can work. On the opposite, if I'm your leader, I don't have to close my doors just because you have a different perspective of what I have. I just need to understand, I need to double click, I need to see what blind spot I have that it doesn't allow me to see what you want to do. So I'm telling to all people that I have the pleasure to work with me, never accept a no. I cannot tell you no. I need to explain to you why and what are the different components just to see the perspective, the same story from another perspective. And last but not least, as I told you during my story, be curious and not be judgmental. I think that the world will be in a much better place if we wouldn't judge the other human being, especially the human being that has a different perspective from us. And I always say to people, you don't have to agree with someone, but you need to respect his or her position. But if you are not curious and you tend to judge, it's impossible. I mean, your mind cannot be open. So be curious, don't judge, and have fun. Every morning I wake up and I'm super happy to come to the office and to do my job, to meet people, to find solution, and to continue my journey. It doesn't mean that I'm happy every day. And it doesn't mean that I'm not sometimes, upset with what is happening with one of my colleagues or even with Mastercard. Yeah, but inside myself, I know that I'm happy. And I'm doing, I always describe when people are telling me what you do, I'm always says that I do the best job in the world. And I truly believe. But of course, I try to give my contribution to my job. So again, this is what, it's my perspective. This is what has been guiding me through my entire career. But it's my point, but I'm sure that each of you has a different perspective, which is equally important and relevant.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for your practical tips for aspiring leaders. I think they have been truly empowering. Also by sharing your experiences and also offering guidance, I think you can empower individuals to navigate their own career paths with confidence and determination as well. So thank you again so much. And now I'm checking if there are any questions on the chat. I remind the audience that if they would like to make any question, just type it in the chat. But in the meanwhile, I would like to ask you, what are the best ways, according to you, to keeping growing in your career, especially in a fast-changing field?
So, you know, I never had an objective in growing in my career. My objective was learning more and going deep and knowing more people. That has been my objective. So I'm a person by nature that I'm getting more. I mean, I need to do. I have over energy. So people, I mean, my daughters are calling me cyborg because I don't sleep a lot. I do a lot of gym. I train 5 days a week. So I really need to leverage and to use and to spend my energy. But this is because I want to know stuff. I feel that your learning curve never ending. So my entire career, I wasn't thinking how I can get a higher level, but I was thinking, how can I do something different and how I can learn something more? That has been always what has been driving me. The second thing that was very important for me, be focused. Nothing of my choice happened by chance. So during my career, but also during my life, whatever I wanted to do was a thoughtful decision. Sometimes what I wanted to do, in the case that I told you, being the marketing lead of Europe, didn't come through at that time. So then I thought again, and then I found another thoughtful decision. So I was always extremely focused on what I wanted to do, more for myself, more for my learning, more for the leader that I wanted to be, and for the professionist that I wanted to be.
Thank you so much. Your insights, I think, have emphasized a lot the significance of strong learning and adaptability. So that's great. Thank you so much. And now there is a question from the chat. And how did you succeed in the EMEA region without prior education and experience? So what are your guiding principles and actions?
This is a great question. And I have to say that when I was thinking if I should have accepted the role in MIA, that actually was one of my thinking projects, because yes, in the past I had visited Dubai. I was visiting Africa because I love the African culture, but was nothing more. And I was asking myself, what I have to give to them, because if I'm going there and I'm going to lead a team of people that have been in the country and in the region much more than me, what I can give to them. So this has been one of my one of the stuff that was worrying me. And I have to say that at the beginning it wasn't super easy. I was lucky enough that Mastercard did for me a cultural training, because there are some cultural shock that you need to understand. So that was the first part. And then really I started once again to read and read and read. So for a few months, I was doing an Arabic training, but not because I ever thought that I could speak Arabic, because it's very complex, but it was a way to get in contact with the Arabic culture where I was living with. And then there was a moment in which I said to myself, Bea, you just need to go there, discover a new world, and respect the new world. Don't pretend to teach them anything. Go there, humble, but convinced about your skills and your values. So, and I need to tell you, the first 6 months were very complex for me, because I felt that I couldn't connect, I couldn't click with people, and I couldn't read the room, because again, culture is different. So during the 6 months, I questioned myself a lot if I was the right person to do that job. But then I decided to be myself, to learn from them, but to work with them to make this region in a bigger region. And that has been working perfectly.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And another question from the same user is, any suggestions for changing the department in the same company? Do you have it?
Oh, yes. This is something that I would encourage you to do a lot. I have been changing. So I've been spending, as you said, 33 years with Mastercard, but every 3, 4, 5 years, it depends. I have been changing job. But don't wait for someone to advise you what to do. As I said, be the only boss of yourself. You need to manage your own career. Don't think that your leader, your line manager, your colleagues can manage your career. Yes, of course, they can help and they are very useful, but you need to manage your career. So I would advise you to do a lot. I did during my career, now I don't remember, but more than 3 or 4 lateral moves, just out of curiosity, just to learn something. So really do that, but be the driving force about the change. Don't wait that somebody will ask you to do the change.
Amazing, thank you. And now one question about the work-life balance. So how many children do you have, and how have you managed to balance your career with your family? So
yeah,
your experience.
So this is a very complex question to answer, because I think that a working life balance through your career, for me, it's my personal perspective, is not possible. You need to find the working life balance in the different stage of your career. So that is what I've been doing. So I'm not, I mean, I call them daughter, but I'm a stepmother. So, but I have been with the girls since they were 3 and 5. So they were not born with me, but of course I've been going through. So in that moment, also my career was in a building up, but in that specific moment, I've decided that being in Rome, where my family is, was very important for them. But so in that specific moment, my working life balance was related to the location and to the timing. So I was going home a little bit earlier just to help them with the homework. Every weekend was spending with them. Then, as soon as they went to the university, and they went to the university in London, of course, my working life balance was different. So I could start to travel to London, where I was moved, and then to Dubai. So honestly, I don't believe in a unique working life balance, but I do believe that you can make your balance or your working life balance within that specific moment of your life. It's tough though, eh? I mean, I'm not saying it's easier.
Thank you so much. I think we are at the end of this live talk. I want to extend my deepest gratitude to Beatrice for sharing your time, your experiences, and definitely your invaluable insights. So your journey and advice have been truly inspiring and enlightening for all of us. So thank you so much for joining.
Really, thanks a lot. I really enjoy doing these things. My only last thought, don't try to be somebody else. Be yourself, because you are unique as you are. You are special as you are. And as we like to say in Mastercard, you are priceless because who you are. So see people around you, but don't copy any leader. Be the leader that you want to be, and be truth to your values. Your values are who you are and are really close to your soul.
Thank you so much. If I may ask you the last question, how important is the networking in big corporations? Do you have any suggestions on how to do it?
Oh, yes.
In a nice way?
It's very important, but I just want to be completely honest and transparent. For me, networking doesn't mean that someone has to say good things about me. For me, networking means be curious and knowing as many people as possible. Because at the end of the day, we are leaders, but we are human beings. And of course, if I'm looking for a specific profile and I met you the day before, I could say, oh, I can get in contact with you. So for me, the networking, it's vital, but only if it's a genuine networking. If you are doing for the pleasure of meeting people, understanding their perspective, and learn something from them. So if you do in this way, please do with all yourself. If you are doing with an opportunistic goal, people will understand and it will not play back.
Thank you so much. Again.
Thanks a lot, and all the best. Thank you.
To
Thanks
you
for the
too.
opportunity.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.